think it's time to do this Honda Urban Express we picked up over in Portland, Indiana. Let's see what this thing does. Welcome back to Bucket's Garage. Welcome back. Thank you for coming. And today is going to be on this Honda Urban Express, the one I picked up in Portland, Indiana. Yeah, I know. It's about time, right? Well, haven't had time to get to it. Well, today's the day. Let's see if we can get it to run. It's September and our leaves are turning colors already. Up here in Northeast Ohio, it's crazy. Well, anyway, me and enough yammering. Let's get into this video. Well, I guess the first thing we'll check is see what this fuel tank looks like on the inside. Well, don't look too promising. Let's get a light in there, right? Well, it's not rusted, but the gas is still in there, and it's goopy. So we're going to have to clean that tank out. At least I'll have to take it off and dry it out. Let it dry out for a while, and I can probably clean it. Now, well, at least the air cleaner's still on it. Looks like they're having a problem with the wiring or something here because this is all sticking out. Yeah, she's got some moisture rust on it from sitting. The gas was off. That's a good sign because maybe they drained the carburetor. Yeah, right. So, yeah, it's got its light rust. The exhaust, ooh, look at her. The exhaust has stuff in it. I'm going to have to clean that out. Probably dirt dobblers. Was this the electric start model? Nope. Was not electric start. Headlights in it, keys in it. We're going to have to cut this off because don't have a key for that. And the rim is rusted. So this is what we're going to deal with here, guys. Maybe we'll clean it up if it runs. But we'll have to see what this engine sounds like. Well, all right. Maybe what we'll do first is like what we always do. Let's make sure that Jerry, like Tom and Jerry, didn't make a nest in that thing. And then we could spray some chemical juice in it and actually see if it's going to do any kind of firing. Maybe. Okay. Let me go back up. Let's take off the spark plug. Take this out. Take the air cleaner out. And take the spark plug out. And then let's see if we got spark. Then we'll see if it's going to start. Guys, so if you want to know, just 2 Phillips screws here. Take them off. Oh, yeah. Look at that filter. I can tell you right now, that filter is going to be, filler is going to be crumbly. Look at that. Oh, yeah. And that's the way the old cookie crumbles. Oh, yeah. Look at that. No good. You can tell that had been running for a while. I'm glad I didn't get that all sucked into the carburetor and into the engine and all that good stuff. One thing, guys, is you always check if something hasn't run in an awful long time. Take your air cleaner off and clean it out because either Jerry made a nest in there or just like this deteriorating carburetor filter mess. Quick note is I take a brush to clean all this out because I don't want to blow it out. You could, but you got a chance of blowing it into the carburetor or into the engine. So you're best off just use a brush. All right, let's take this spark plug out. The engine does have decent compression. Wow. It don't look that bad. It's dry. It's not rusty. It's not waterlogged. We just might get lucky. Let me get a cleaner plug. Okay, just to hold it in place, I'm just going to use a little clamp thing. All right. Got to make sure this thing is on up here, which it is. This is on. These don't require a battery to have spark. Now that's super micro zoom there for you. Yeah, buddy. I don't see spark. Nope. No spark. What we're going to do here is we're going to take the headlight bucket off in case we need to get this the ignition switch. The wire for the kill switch runs down and runs past this cover. So let's take the headlight off, and we'll take this bracket off and that cover, and let's unplug that kill switch, right? I noticed with this switch, who knows, being in the rain, it's stuck. So, and it goes through the headlight. So we're going to go ahead and take that off. Of course, it's, just your typical Phillips screwdriver. JIS. Take that off. Barely can get it off because of the turn signal thing there. That was sticky. So it's a 10 millimeter. It takes this bracket off all the way around. So let's go ahead and take that off. I want to eliminate anything I can. Taking that bracket off while the headlight dangles around there. The headlight, it dingles. We'll just set that back up in there. Right here, you got to take your reflectors off. All they do is turn your reflectors, turn them off, just like that. That screw up here from where the bracket was. That's brittle, so I don't want to be too harsh on it. And there it is. And it's right here, plugged in. So it's a black and white wire. So it's got a white stripe, black with a white stripe, and then green is your ground, basically. So you just want to unplug it in case it's shorting. Now I want to just check. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going to check and see if it's got spark. Okay, we still don't have spark, so it's not that. So let's go check out the CDI box. Let's see if that's the problem. If you're wondering where the CDI box is located on these Urban Expresses, they're actually underneath the seat. But you still got work to do when you lift this seat. Because you see, you're going to have to take these two 10 millimeter bolts off to get this bracket off and then this cover. And I do believe it's on this side over here. I think there's like the turn signal relays under here, and I don't remember if the coil is, but I know turn signal relay and I think the CDI box. So let's use a 10 millimeter. Get that off. Two tinge. In fact, I'll put these back so I don't lose them. Good thing to do. Well, good rule of thumb to do. All right. Well, there's no coil there, but turn signal relay's there, and that's your diode to turn it to AC to DC. And there's your CDI box. So I have another one, and I'm going to disconnect this one and plug a newer one in there, not a one that I know works, and see if we get spark. Let's see if that's the problem. I'm just going to reach because that's the easiest thing to do first. So I actually got this one plugged in. So now let's see if we have some spark. Okay, contact. Oh, well, we eliminated that. All right, now, hey, I tell you what, let's do this. Let's take off this cover and see what's going on. Buckets feels this small right now. Well, I can tell you why. Let me do a little zoom on that. This plugs in, this is for the battery. I'll show you what's the problem. Now, I didn't catch this. Look at that. See this? Something chewed that off. Now, that's supposed to be a loop. What it is that if this is unplugged from the battery, your bike is not going to run. I'll now show you why. Now, you know we got this unplugged now, but let me zoom so you get an idea what's going on here. These two black wires with the red stripe on them, that is supposed to be looped around. That is to complete the circuit so you have spark. And then, of course, you got your red that goes to the battery, and then green is your ground, which is the negative side of the battery. That's why we're not getting spark. Well, that could be one of the reasons. So I got my little jumper. Let me grab it here. All right. I made this jumper a while ago just for these reasons. See, made a nice little jumper so I could jump those two wires. Now we can check and see if we got spark, right? Well, let's see if it's got spark. I guess it probably will be. Yep. Well, there it is. Oh, we got spark. That's a good thing. All right, I admitted. I cheated. I took this cover off. Of course, I used my electric starter to turn it over. Now, I don't recommend it. I mean, if it starts, you could break your hand. That thing could fly out, hit you in the teeth, whatever. But that's what I do. But if you want to take this cover off for any apparent reason, you could take all the bolts around it. They're 8mm. They come off fairly easy. And the cover comes off, and then you'll have your... Careful, that it is spring-loaded here for your Kickstarter. You'll see when you get it apart, if you want to take that route. But that's my electric start for now. I guess what we're going to try to do is spray some chemical juice in there and see if we can get this thing to fart. Let's spray some chemical juice in there. I just thought of something. Let's disconnect that exhaust. Remember I showed you at the beginning? That exhaust was pretty clogged. Guarantee that's the problem. Hang on. Now, sorry about that. I didn't film that, but it's only 210mm underneath the engine. To take them two bolts out to loosen your exhaust. So you can bring it down. You don't have to take it all the way off. And take this bolt out right here, which is 12mm or 13. I can't even remember what I just used. But take that off. It's loose enough. Let's get out of the way. All right, let's put some chemical juice in this thing, and let's see if she's gonna fire. See if she fires now. Look at there. Guess I'm gonna give it a little gas. See, that exhaust is clogged. A little more chemical juice. Let me see. I don't want to go hog wild with it because this is 2-cycle. Well, she'll run. Now we're going to take that exhaust off and clean that out. I might have to throw it in the fire. It could be clogged. Let's check that out too. Yeah, now that we got that established, she's going to fire. She's going to fire. You're going to fire up and run, ain't you? I just know it. So I don't know what to do first. I don't know if I should take that exhaust off or should I do the carburetor. You know what? Let's take the exhaust off, check that real quick, see if we can blow some air through it. Then we'll do the carburetor. Yeah, I think that'll definitely work. So, oh, and you know what? Tonight is wing night. When is the yeah, look at it. There, look at him go. Dance around. Yeah. Dance, dance, chicken, dance. Yeah. I'm going to eat them wings here, brother. Yeah. So, yeah. When's the last time I did wings, right? Friday night. We're actually filming on Friday night. The wings are cooking right now as we speak. So I'm going to go chow down on some wings. And I'm going to come right back and we're going to get right into this. Again, it's only going to be a second for you guys, so don't worry. All right? I'm going to go eat some wings. Love it. Just in case you guys did not believe me, look at there. 12 minutes left. It's camera girls. It's buckets. Yeah. Shake those wings up there. Shake up the wings there, camera girl. Now that I'm over full with wings, let's take a look at this now. What we got to do to finish getting this off is, looks like a 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. It just fell off. Oh, mine's that clogged. Yeah, tastes good. Just love that oil in the morning. Let's see if I can blow anything out of there. I couldn't do it by blowing out with my lungs. I got a little pal crawling on me there. Look at there. Come on, little guy. Okay, so. All right, let's see if we can get any air to come out of this. Oh, she's clogged all right. Oh yeah, did you see that fly out of there? Now I thought I was gonna have to put it in the fire, which you can. Put it in the burn barrel on top, let it get nice and red. You'll see flames coming out of that thing. It'll burn pretty good. And it'll clean that out. You don't have to drill it or nothing. Just burn it and repaint it. It should be just fine. Now let's get this thing mounted back on the bike. I'm gonna need this. Some of the other mounting hardware that I lost. Here it is. Now, there's going to be two 10 millimeters holding the rest of this on here. They're underneath. Hit those real quick. That should take off this air cleaner. It'll pop off like that. See? It just pops into the carburetor. And then your carburetor's exposed. And then you had the hard task of getting back here, get this carburetor off. You got, so if you have a gear ratchet, here, let me show you. Ratchet like this. This is Craftsman gear ratchet. You can get in there. You might want to take off a couple of hoses here. I think this one's like an emission hose. I mean not the emission hose. This is for like your choke. Then you have another one back here that's for your vacuum. So you want to definitely. This one here is for your throttle. So I guess we're going to have to pull that off because it doesn't want to move out. Get that out of the way. And what other one's holding me back? Well, now I see this bracket. So your rear fender bracket, can you see in the film? This bracket here is going to stop you from taking, I forgot about that. This bracket here has to come off. So when you want to get your carburetor off, you got to take off this rear fender because this will stop you. It's just a simple 10 millimeter. One here, one here. Just like that. Then you have your rear fender bolt here. And then, of course, the one on the other side for the exhaust. And you just simply, you can just back it off. You don't have to take it all the way off, but this will help me clean the fender too. All right, now we should be able to pull this back. All right, guys, let's see what's inside of this carburetor. All right, let's see what's inside this carburetor. Yep, that hasn't been off in a while. Let me do a little more zoom for you so you can enjoy the experience together. Oh yeah. That's pretty bad. That's going to have to get soaked. Yes, sirree. Unfortunately. Now remember, when you're putting all these gears back in, if you have this cover off, that's the way it's going to look from your one point of view. That back gear, I'll have a pointer there, but down there, hard to see right now, but there is an arrow. You can see that line there. That's an arrow. You'll see it. It points to the shaft, this crankshaft here, that back one. There's an arrow. Okay. This little arrow, there's a dot. It just basically lands flat here, those gears. But that's about 2 o'clock. Same with this one. See, there's a line there, a little dot on this one. Can't really see it. Let me super zoom. There you go. Dot there, dot here. Lines up with that, but basically you're just doing that. Same one in the back. Should be lined up. So anyway, that, if you have it apart, because I told you could take it apart, but that's the way it goes back together. Well, I got it cleaned up as best I could. A little gooky at the bottom yet, hard stuff. But we'll probably put it back together, see what it does. We got the carburetor on. I got this cover back on. We got some fuel going to it, and it's not leaking. I thought that carburetor was going to leak. So let's give this thing a shot. The skeptical, see if this thing starts. No, no way. Can you see me? Can you see me? Yeah, there you are. So I'm going to run 2-cycle oil in here because it's not smoking, but I just don't trust oilers. There it is, guys. All done. All finished. Cleaned up and looking pretty. Nah, this ain't mine. This is at the swap meet. This is next week's video, by the way, guys, but this is what it looks like after it's all fixed up and clean. Look at $1,500 with the title. That's a beautiful looking bike. So hopefully we're gonna have a running drive, and I don't know yet. We're only halfway through the video. I had to come here and film today. So this is what we're working on. Let's hope it looks this nice when we're done, right?
Thank you, brother. You have a great day.
It's dark now. It's late. I gotta get this video up for you tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow for you already. So, now, I don't know if the brakes work. I did put a battery on it just because I got a lot of batteries. I work at a scrapyard and a lot of those batteries come in for scrap and they're just a jail cell battery. I put on there 12 volts and they work pretty good. It's dark and we're missing fireworks. It's not July, but they just have like a community thing going on. Now, ooh, that grass is slippery. Yeah. Boy, these things are comfortable to ride. And she runs. And we have front brakes. This is the first major run of it. Most of the lights work, the dash works and the lights, speedometer, turn signals. I bet you guys thought that real nice, clean looking one was the one, right? This is going to take a lot of work to get to look like that one. Thank you for coming to Bucket's Garage and watching me putting this thing back together and bringing it back to life. Absolutely. Really appreciate you coming to the channel. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. And don't forget to comment. Let me know on what you think on some of this stuff. All right. You guys take care. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend. God bless. Take care.